In this video, we will take you on an unforgettable sunset cruise. Witness the epicness of sunrise at the Haleakala summit. Experience the thrill of snorkeling at the Molokini crater. One of the world's most scenic drives, the road to Hana. Ever dreamed of paradise? Today, we are immersing ourselves into the sheer magnificence of Hawaii's crown jewel, Maui. So get ready to say aloha to paradise and dive right in. Welcome to day one of our 4-day trip to Maui. The moment we stepped off that plane, the vacay mode kicked in. We've got 4 adventure-packed days ahead of us, so buckle up and let the fun begin.
Hey Neha, okay. What's up? Finally, after such a long period, Gada.
Yes. Welcome to Maui.
With so many tourists in like cool casual beach attire, everyone chilling around the airport, I was so looking forward to the Hawaiian flower welcome they show on TV. There were humongous mountains and tall palm trees, all swaying in the Hawaiian breeze. And before we knew it, our Hawaiian adventure had begun.
చాలా windy ఉంది కదా.
అవును అందుకే ల్యాండింగ్ అంత కష్టమైనట్టుంది.
బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ చూడు.
ఓ అరే అసలు చూడలేదురా.
ఓ కాదురా, వావ్.
వావ్.
How long have you been here?
12 years now here.
12 years?
With my family.
Nice. Where did you move from?
Oh, from Philippines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So from one beach to another.
We took an Uber from the airport to our hotel in Kihei, and our driver was so friendly, just like everyone else in Hawaii. He was extremely welcoming, and he talked to us about the local culture of Hawaii, places to eat good food, and we had such a good heart-to-heart conversation with him that before we knew it, we were already at the hotel and we didn't even realize when 30 minutes passed by. We checked into our hotel. We took a cute little spot in Kihei because it's a little away from all the touristy destinations, and it was also very close to the ocean. Like we could see the ocean from our room, and with very less people, it was a very nice spot to be in.
Heart. Feeling heart.
Hey Neha, so what's the first thing we do after coming to a place?
Good question. I like your question. What do we do?
We get a car.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking something else.
We quickly freshened up, picked up our rental car, and headed to the harbor to kick off our first activity in Hawaii, which was the sunset cruise.
We have a throw ring on board the boat. It's a man overboard ring. We also use it for women and children, so don't worry. Basically, if you fall off the boat, we're going to throw that thing at you, all right? Please do us a favor tonight, folks. Don't fall off the boat. Exactly.
We were so tired at this point that we were like, oh, we're just gonna go on a cruise, probably just relax and do nothing. The captain came out and he was making such really nice jokes that we almost were like, so energized in the moment, and we were ready to get on the cruise.
Yeah.
జాగ్రత్త.
Yeah.
You're both at the very back of the boat. Aloha, guys. Welcome
Aloha.
aboard. It's Hawaii. Thanks for coming out tonight. Aloha.
Please welcome everyone.
Hi guys.
Thank you.
What is the
Yeah.
Hawaii, a trip in the making for 25 long years. Back in 1998, my father was selected for a research project in Hawaii. The best part, he would get to live in Hawaii for 90 long days. As much as my mother and I wanted to tag along with him, we couldn't due to our financial constraints. And ever since, it has been my dream to step foot in Hawaii. In my growing up years, my father would describe the beauty of Hawaii in all the stories that he would tell. As he would describe hula, the native dance of Hawaii, my 6-year-old self would drown in imagination. So here we are today, 25 long years later, and to the 6-year-old Neha, this is for you. Looking at the wife and husband gracefully displaying their native dance, the rhythm of their movements would make anyone want to join the dance floor. With the sun setting on our cruise, we were all struck by the breathtaking sight. The water turned deep blue, the mountains glowing in golden yellow. And as always, Amit was nowhere to be seen. I searched for him high and low, only to find him with his camera chasing the perfect sunset shot. After that epic sunset cruise, it was time to head back to our hotel and call it a night because we had a very early start to day 2. And that's because we were going to witness one of the most beautiful sunrises that we've ever seen at the Haleakala summit. Legend has it that the demigod Maui pulled the land out of the sea, creating the 10,000-foot Haleakala mountain in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The mountain rising through the ocean is a breathtaking sight visible from every corner of the island. Woke up at 1:30 a.m. So I don't know technically if we should call it day 2 or night of day 1. And we were picked up by our tour company at 3 a.m. to head for Haleakala Summit.
We are in Haleakala National Park. As you can see in the background, the sun is rising. We're above the clouds, around 10,000 feet, and we're going to be going there and capturing the sunrise. We're standing in the bus and talking because it's so windy out there that we can actually feel the bus moving. So yeah, let's go.
Stepping off the bus, we found ourselves on dark, lunar-like soil. As we gazed out, it felt like standing above the clouds. And thanks to its out-of-this-world view, it makes it for the perfect location for sunrise, sunset, and stargazing. And as we turn around, we see some of the world's biggest telescopes closing after a night of observation. And nobody could stay outside for like more than 5 minutes. We all were running in and out of the bus continuously, unable to bear that cold. With the freezing Pacific Ocean winds hitting us directly, many found refuge behind the visitor center, which could only hold a few people at a time. We took turns to step out and let others take our place to shield themselves from the cold. And suddenly, it got a little brighter. And then we saw the golden hue and lining over the clouds. And we knew that the sunrise was going to happen. And everybody stepped out of their vehicles, and there was absolute silence with so many people around. Only when the sun rises over the horizon do you realize that you're standing on top of a huge volcano with many small volcanoes on the side. And you turn to the left to see the Pacific Ocean in the distance. Again, as always, Amit was nowhere to be seen. And then we headed to a spot where, there was a lot of echo. So if you scream, you can hear your voice back. So we had some fun there with, our tour guide and the other people in the bus.
It's a very sacred place, and they would come here when the sun came up. they would do the chant welcoming in the sun. So the Eale means awake in Hawaiian, and so they'd say awake, the sun from the east, from the ocean deep, to the heavens highest. From the east, there is the sun awake. Yeah.
We decided to go with a tour company because of two things. One, the parking passes for each of the days are very limited. They only give away 150 parking passes per day. And the second thing, you have to ride up a mountain in the middle of pitch darkness for 2 hours and not knowing, how the roads are and not being there before. We thought it was safer to go with a tour company.
Now we're on our way back. We're going back to where we started in Maui, and we've stopped at this beautiful place called Kula Lodge for breakfast. You can see the amazing views here. If you happen to come to Maui, do check it out. It's really nice. And we're headed back to Maui. We have nothing else planned for the day. We plan to take it slow. No sleep for the past 2 days. And we're just going to probably explore the streets of Maui. Hey Amit, what are we doing in Target at 9 in the night? This awesome human being coming to Hawaii forgot GoPro at home. How do you feel about it, Amit? The one thing I told you to get, and you keep mocking me that I keep reminding you about things. Why are you running away? Please, please tell us. You were coming to Hawaii and you forgot your GoPro at home.
Thank you so much.
We were getting ready to drive on one of the most scenic drives in the world, Road to Hana. So welcome to day 3. The Road to Hana is more than a 60-mile long drive around the island of Maui. It has more than 600 curves and more than 50 narrow bridges along the way. It is very important that you take a very safe car to be able to drive on this road because it's extremely prone to accidents, and in places it gets so narrow that it's only single lane. So that's why we decided to rent an SUV for our journey on Road to Hana. There are more than 40 stops along the way, but we decided to choose 4 unique spots because many of them are very similar. So we went with one beach lookout, one waterfalls, one arboretum, and then finally Black Sand Beach because it's so unique that there's like black sand over there. So we have started the road trip to Hana. We are on our first stop, which is the Hokipa Beach lookout. The view is just amazing here. We wanted to fly a drone, but it's just way too windy. We can even feel the car shaking while we were parking. So we're gonna try to capture some amazing shots with our camera, and let's take you there. The Hokipa Beach lookout looks nothing short of a wallpaper. In the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean, Hawaii offers more than just a destination. There's a feeling of freedom in every wave, every sunrise, every sunset, and people from all over the world come to experience this with their loved ones. No matter where you are in Hawaii, you can hear the waves crashing on the rocks and see the ocean and sky meet in the distance. Walking along the trail, we saw surfers in Hawaii embody this spirit of freedom. Walking along the trail, I couldn't help but feel the feeling of freedom myself. Every adventure becomes the thread that weaves our unforgettable memories. It was a total chill vibe. I think I'll give this beach #chill vibe. And we decided to stay there for a bit, soak in those relaxing views, enjoy some time, do some people watching, look at the surfers, and decided to go to our next stop. drive throughout the way was filled with such spectacular views that every view was better than the other, and just didn't know, like, where should I take videos, photos, because every frame was so picture perfect. Driving through the way, we didn't even realize that we'd reached our second stop, which was the Twin Falls.
We are on our stop 2 to Road to Hana, which is the Twin Falls. There are actually 3 falls here. There's one that you can see in the background. There's one more that we are going to show you, and the third one is unfortunately closed due to a flash flood warning. But it's so beautiful, peaceful and calming out here. I cannot believe that a waterfall like this exists just so close to the ocean.
Little did I know there would be another trek to go see the waterfalls, and it would turn into a real slip and slide adventure. But I was also sure it was going to be totally worth it. But then, like a hidden treasure, the bushes opened up to reveal twin waterfalls, a secret paradise of calmness amid the chaos. Nature's surprises are always worth the slippery surprises, and it's time to enjoy it. We decided to sit there for a bit, took some pictures, took some videos, walked around the entire area. There was also some food stalls around, so we decided to just explore, eat something, and back on the road, continuing our journey to our next spot, the Kenai Arboretum. With over 600 curves and countless cascading waterfalls greeting us at every turn, it makes you realize this journey is not just about the destination. It's about embracing the magic of the journey itself. And no matter whichever stop you choose along the way, or if you want to take a break, there are always ample parking spots for you to park your car. Arboretum is nothing but like a set of plants, or like set of unique plants that you can see at one place. It can be a great place to visit with your kids and let them explore the beauty of nature. Hawaii's unique ecosystem is free of snakes or large predators like big cats or bears, and it's relatively safe to walk in the forest here.
So this is stop 3 on the road to Hana, which is the Kenai Arboretum, which essentially means a natural garden. It is around a 1 mile to 1.5 mile trek into the forest, and you can see all these amazing plants in their natural habitat.
The rainbow eucalyptus trees in Kenai Arboretum are just one example of the extraordinary plant life found in Hawaii. These tall trees are so beautiful, and you have these informational plates that help you learn about each plant. The unique ecosystem has evolved in isolation from the rest of the planet for millions of years, resulting in a treasure trove of plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. It's not just a gift to the island themselves, it's a gift to the world, reminding us of the endless wonders that can be found in the most unexpected corners of our planet. It was unnerving to walk in such thick forests without any worries. Time to head back on the road, and for our fourth and final stop on road to Hana, which was the Black Sand Beach. Black sand beaches in Hawaii are formed through a fascinating natural process. They are typically found in areas with volcanic activity. When molten lava from volcanoes comes in contact with the water, it cools down and eventually breaks into fine sand particles which settle on the beach. We saw a lot of people again, kids, elders, everyone of all age groups just relaxing on the beach, trying to take that dip at the black sand beach. There were a lot of caves as well on the beach which you could just go inside and explore. There was this one particular cave that I clearly remember, and I was really scared to go inside. I'm like, I don't know where it will come out to, but you do just a short walk, and by the time you reach the end of the beach, it actually gives you a view of the entire beach and the ocean with those caves in your frame. I mean, all these landscapes were so interesting that I could sit there for days and days together and think about how they were formed. but it was, getting time for sunset, and we had to really head back into the car and finish our drive for the day. So we were back on the road, back on the curves, back on those narrow bridges, back on those single lanes, excited to reach our final destination, which was Hana Maui Resort in Hana.
So we just arrived at Hana Maui.
Yes. We are going to check in now.
Neha mentioned that it's gonna be a big surprise for me, so let's see.
Nice.
Let's go.
Supposed to be one.
For you, but okay. They're nice. I'm going to have Nice. So we are all checked in. Amit, are you ready for the surprise?
Am I ready for a surprise? Always.
The Hana Maui Resort is one of the very few resorts that's facing, or that's on the east side of the island. So it's a very, very good spot to view the sunrise, not just the sunsets. As we arrived at the resort, we took a scenic drive from the reception to our room. Let me tell you, after 8 long hours on the road, I was more than ready to put my foot up and relax. Now, Amit here, well, he had no idea what the resort looked like. He was in for a massive surprise. But you know what? Now that we are here, I think I might be even more thrilled than he is. As we drove into the resort, a gentle drizzle began to fall. It felt like nature's welcome, making this moment even more perfect. Sometimes it's the unexpected touches that turn an ordinary day into something truly special. Well, folks, we made it. Completing the road to Hana feels like a major milestone in my life. The winding roads, waterfalls, and breathtaking scenery have left an indelible mark. It's more than just a journey, it's a memory of a lifetime.
పిచ్చెక్కిపోతుందిరా నాకు ఏంటిది అసలు
మరి పిచ్చెక్కించుకోకరా ప్లీజ్. అదా ఇంకా వెళ్ళు. ఇలా లెఫ్ట్, ఇలా రైట్. ఐఎమ్ సారీ, నేను అది పట్టుకుంటా ఇప్పుడు, కష్టపడుతున్నా.
పాడైపోతాయి.
The resort itself has more than 70 rooms, and they have different types of rooms there. They have tents, family rooms, some bungalows, and you can choose the kind of stay you want to have. Searching for a room felt like an adventure on its own.
ఇదే ఐ గెస్. ఓ,
We did get confused and walked here and there a bit. Getting lost here is just an excuse to soak in more of this paradise.
Crazy.
holy shit. ఒరే రెయిన్బో వచ్చిందిరా.
So we decided to go with the ocean-facing bungalow because we wanted to get all those ocean views from Hawaii as much as possible.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Holy shit.
Wow. Look at that. There's your surprise.
Holy shit.
The room interior is an island-style design. The best part? You can just crash on the bed and score some killer ocean views. Amit always says that in the grander scheme of things, life's about making memories with loved ones. And man, this place is perfect for just that. relaxed a bit, looked at the sunset, and started discussing life. There's something about this place that makes conversations deeper and the sunsets even more beautiful. Actually looked at all our footages from Road to Hana because we'd recorded a few on our GoPro and we weren't sure, how they ended up coming. But I think they're good. But you tell us in the comments if you think that the road trip to Hana was recorded well on the GoPro. The next morning was a lazy day. We woke up and did a quick photo shoot in a sari because we really enjoy doing that wherever we go. And finally, it was time to check out. We couldn't believe that we were already on day 4 of our trip to Maui, and this was our final day here. But we had the most thrilling activity still left to do. So we were back in the car, back on the road, and completed that Hana circle and headed back to the main city of Maui. So we are at Kihei boat camp and we are going to go snorkel at the Molokini crater. I don't know if you can see it in the background.
It's right there. Yeah.
I'm a very panicky swimmer and Amit is an amateur swimmer. In fact, not a swimmer. So we have to see how this goes and yeah, let's see. I'm very tensed.
I am not tensed at all, even though I don't know swimming.
We will see how that goes. If you turn, this is the boat we're going to go on. It is called Humble. I'm sure it will make us very humble because we don't know swimming at all.
It will be a humbling sea experience.
Yes. We booked a tour to go snorkel at the Molokini crater. The Molokini crater is a small crater a few miles away from the coast of Maui and one of the most thrilling places to do snorkeling.
Alrighty, folks, you can grab onto this, step right on here, grab my hand, grab this, anything is good.
Now, before we booked the tour itself, we did check with them that, if swimming is needed to go on this tour. And the tour company did mention that it's okay if we don't know swimming because they'll give us like floaties and life jackets. It was about a 20 to 30 minute boat ride before we reached the Molokini crater. So it was quite some distance. It is very, very rough. So I did get seasick and I felt like the whole thing is spinning. So if you're one of those people, I would definitely suggest that you take your medication before you head there. As soon as we reached the Molokini crater, our guide gave us a safety briefing and everybody on the tour was very well versed with snorkeling. So they just got down in the water and started snorkeling. And then it was just me and Amit who were left on the boat with 2 of our guides. And they were like, don't worry about it. You just step into the water. You have your floaties. You will float. You'll be fine. Amit, who doesn't know swimming at all, decided to step into the Pacific Ocean just because our guide said so and just jumped into the water. And immediately he went below the boat. Luckily, the motor was off, so nothing happened, but he wasn't floating. He caught on to the edge of the boat and I was holding his hand. So after making a huge fuss over there, I think I was frantically asking them to get him back up. I started crying at one point. What felt like a joke a few minutes ago suddenly became really serious. And that's when our other guide decided to just help us and he went down into the water and got Amit back up onto the boat. And then just Amit decided that that's it for his snorkeling. That was the end of it. But now it was my turn to go into the water. And I can swim. But I'm a very nervous swimmer and I am very afraid of the depths of water. But I still decided to give it a try even after that experience. All the footage that you're seeing, it's from me with like some nervous swimming and going snorkeling for a few seconds and coming back. But like the whole experience was just so spectacular. As soon as you just look into the water, you just feel like you belong there. You see all these fishes swimming around, the clear blue water with these colorful fishes that I've never seen and you will never get to see on the shore. I did that for about like 20-30 minutes, and at that point, we were all back on the boat and headed back to the shore. So that was our snorkeling experience at Molokini crater. It was not the best, I would say, but still, if you know snorkeling, I would definitely say you should try it out. As we headed back to the coast, we knew that our trip at Maui was coming to an end. The 4 days of adventure was over and it was time to leave Maui before we knew it. But guess what? There's more awesomeness coming your way.
Say the word, I'll be there to make it right. Anything in the world that could keep me tight. Say the word, I'll be there to make it right. Yeah, baby, I'm on.
If you enjoyed this video of Maui, do hit that like button. We have other videos coming up of Big Island and Honolulu, so do hit that subscribe button and do check them out.